This week's Parsha is Parshat Tzav, and it is a continuation of last week's Parsha in the sense that we enumerate various offerings that need to be brought by the children of Israel to the Mishkan, and amongst them we read the phrase Im al Todah yakrivenu al zevach hatodah chalot matzot. The children of Israel, when they want to bring a thanksgiving offering, are supposed to bring some 40 loaves, most of which are unleavened. And the Gemara in Brachot tells us that there are 4 types of people who are obliged to bring thanksgiving offerings. Those that have survived a long sea voyage, those that have recovered from a serious illness, those that have been released from a dangerous imprisonment, and, perhaps most significantly, those that have survived the desert. And it is interesting that the sages tell us that even when the Mashiach comes and we have no more sins for which to atone because the world will be perfect, we will still be obliged to bring thanksgiving offerings. The connection between this week's Parsha and the location is that I'm sitting, I'm not sure if exactly in the middle of the Negev desert, but in part of it outside Bad Echad, the IDF's officer training school. And whilst I have trekked down this far in the desert, not exactly comparable to the children of Israel's trek when they left Egypt, I have trekked down here because this evening my son is receiving a promotion, and it will be held in a small ceremony at the officer training school. And I feel an obligation of thanks, not only to my son for making me proud, but obviously to all those who serve in the IDF and protect our country. And as we are also fittingly about to celebrate Pesach on Motzei Shabbat, when we read of the children of Israel crossing the desert, or starting their crossing of the desert, I should say, we will indeed need to be grateful, because obviously all of us are obliged to recognize that we ourselves came out of Egypt, not just the people at that time. And we had a long desert trek ahead of us, or at least we did then, and we probably certainly do now. But we do know that at the end we will arrive, and therefore we have that obligation to say thank you to the Almighty, and perhaps no less importantly, to each other. Wishing you all and your families a Shabbat Shalom and a Hag Sameach.